Hello. I thought I would continue the tour through my Garbage Pail Kids collection today with series 3 and 4, which I keep in this green binder. Uh, Very professional labeling system here. It is useful to have the numbers on the outside, so in case you just have a card, because each individual card doesn't actually say on it anywhere what series it's in, at least in the original series. So if you just have the number, you're like, wait, which series is this again? So it's kind of helpful to have the numbers on the outside, just so you know, like, well, this is this is getting a little dusty here. Sorry about that. Well, I've got number 90 here, where does that go? Oh, it goes in here. So here we go. So once we get to series past 1 and 2, we stop having to worry about the different backs for the cards. Series 1 and 2 had the matte and glossy backs, but that is not true anymore. Now all the backs are the same version going forwards. They're all the glossy version. Everything went glossy after that. But we do have a lot of the similar stuff. Now we've got these wanted posters on the back is one of the possible backs you can get in Series 3 cards. And of course the puzzle pieces, those run pretty much throughout the puzzle piece backs. We've got here is Bazooka Joe, who recurs a lot in Garbage Pail Kids. He's the first card in Series 3 here. Joe Blow and Rod Wad. Now, I do have a number of different versions again of this card. You'll see even of the one card, because this guy has a couple different possible backs. He's got the running clip joint and the brainwashing back, so gotta have both of those. And of course you have to have the 1-star and 2-star. That's always a variation on these first printing, second printing. Same thing for Rod Wad. We've got 4 of him. Then we move on to some other guys. The Centaur type guy. This guy was always I was a real fan of this card. Hothead Harvey and Roy Bot, because he just has that cool like Transformer kind of look to him, which was another thing I was super into in the 80s and 90s. And another variation that you'll see a lot in this series is the copyright. You'll see that some of these along the bottom, they have the copyright printed, but some of them do not. So that's another variation that comes up in this particular series. So these guys have these guys have the same back with the picture of the completed puzzle, but they have different fronts. So that's another variation. That's why I have 2 of those guys. And then we've got some more of him here. Oh, and of course, well, actually, I'm not 100% sure why I have a 3rd one of Hothead Harvey. I don't even remember what the story is there. There might be like oh, this one might be one with an error. There are a couple of, yeah. In this one, there are a couple of weird little errors. I don't know if you can see. I'll try to get close enough so you can see, but you'll see here the die cut for the sticker goes in close to his leg, and then on this version, it sort of balloons outward. So that's another variation to look for. So that's why I have 2 of that. I have this one, and then this guy does not have that die cut error. That's what they call them, die cut errors. So yeah, that's another fun variation. You'll see we got the copyright variations here on Dinosaur, and there's Farrah Fossil, and then this guy, Hurt Kurt, poor fella, took a bit of a fall. And the different puzzle piece backs, and Pat Splat, Stones Sean, and Thick Vic. And here's the hippie guy, Blake Flake, Hippie Skippy. I like him. I always like this one. There's just so much detail in some of these early original series cards. Like, I mean, look at this background. This like whole fountain going on in the background and everything. It's just cool. Poor Drew Blood and Bustin' Dustin got a little beat up. You'll see more of the copyright at the bottom variations, and not at the bottom. And then we've got over here the checklist. Always an important card to have. This is a nice checklist. Nobody seems to have scribbled on this one. And we've got Bruce Lee and Karate Kate. Grim Jim, another one I like because, of course, that's my name, Jim. And this is one of the ones that has the alternate genders. We've got a Jim over here and the Beth over here, Beth Death. Distorted Dot. The mirrors make her look normal when her actual appearance is very disturbing. So that's a fun one. I always like this one too, Punchy Perry, huge fist coming in. We've got a lot of Punchy Perrys here. I'm guessing we've got another die cut error. I don't remember too well now. It's been a while, but yeah, same thing. So this one, the cut comes in, and this one it stays out as like a straight line. So that's another die cut error guy. Cream Keith, Charlotte Webb, the big spider lady. She's pretty cool. Excuse the squeaking from my chair. I don't know why it's making so much noise today. I like these. I always say I like the ones that are like a little bit different. I like these ones that are this horizontal. Not horizontal. What is it? It's portrait landscape. So I like the landscape version ones just because they're a little bit different. And plus that one's fun. It's just an ice cream cone. Got a lot of guys in this series that have had a bad day. Got themselves beat up somehow. Got some more fun wanted poster backs here. This Medusa type character. And the Sphinx. Silent Sandy and Baron Aaron. Oh, this guy. I like this wanted poster with the creepy doctor on it. For bodily abuse. I always like this one. This cool, like, piranha plant type character. Or, what do they call them? Venus flytrap. That's what I meant. But it's, of course, eating a person, of course. Foul Raoul and Mac Quack. That's a fun one. I always like this one, too, even though it's probably not very culturally sensitive like a lot of their cards. But, I don't know. I just think it looks cool. Smelly Sally, Fishy Phyllis. There's Toby Terry. More of the copyright variations you'll see. Snooty Sam. Now, there's quite a few Snooty Sams, so let's see if I can remember why I have a bunch of these. I think we have different backs, correct? Let's see. Oh, this is the star variation. So we've got a 1-star, 2-star, and then we've got a different back, so we got to have a 1-star and 2-star of that. I have a pretty thorough collection of Series 3, I think. Looks like I have a lot of the variations. I think there might be some errors I'm missing or something, but here's, oh, I always like this guy, of course, because he's looks like Frankenstein. Oh, and I do remember there are a ton of different versions of Alice Island and Liberty Libby, because you'll see one version they printed the numbers in white and then they printed them in black. So you got to have both of those, of course. And let's see what the backs look like. Yeah, and that basically indicates there's a different back as well. So you've got the running a clip joint and creating a public nuisance, different backs. Then we've got this guy with eyes all over him. Got lots of him too. Peepin' Tom and Staring Darren. Let's see what's the story with those guys. 1 and 2 stars. There you go. Oh, and this guy I really like. I love the lighting on this one, the colors and the just the concept. Even though again this is very culturally insensitive, it's really well done. Gotta give him that. Warman Norman and Well Done Sheldon. I like those names too. And he's got copyrighting without copyright. And of course I always loved the werewolf dude, Eerie Eric and Berserk Kirk. And then we've got the Elvis guy, Rocky and Roll in Las Vegas. He's fun. And another kind of a strange one, Half Nelson and Glandular Angela. Don't know what to say about that. And the Shrunken Head, that's, probably pretty questionable too. I mean, that was their thing. Pushing the envelope, being questionable, gross, weird, insulting, upsetting. Babbling Brook. Jelly Kelly, that one was always kind of gross. I like the apple guy with the worm coming out. And this lady here, Broad Maud. And of course, I always love this one. I believe this is our final card of Series 3. Humongous and King Size Kevin, because you've got the King Kong reference. I always enjoyed that. On top of the building, holding the lady, destroying the planes. And there you go. That's Series 3. We can move right on ahead because I'm running out of time on my my video. To Series 4. There's some interesting ones going on in here because here's we've got some cards where we have name variations. So you'll see that this is Hollywood, but then you've got 125B, who's sometimes called Oak K, but is sometimes also called Woody Allen. And that leads to a bunch of other variations in the checklists because one of the checklists, of course, has his name listed as Oak K, and the other one has it listed as Woody Allen. So then you've got more variations on top of that. And of course, those all have 1 stars and 2 stars. Now, interestingly enough, this one appears to have like 0 variations. Yeah, you see there's no stars on the back here. And these ones don't have the copyright variation. Just some of the cards have them and some of them don't, but it's always the same ones, so you don't have the variation. So this one, there's literally only 1 copy that you need of 126A and only 1 that you need of 126B, which is actually pretty rare for these series. There's almost always some kind of variation, but you see we have variations again with this one, the 1-star, 2-star backs. I always like this guy, really cool looking, just a lot of details going on here, all these different pieces of items stuck together in weird ways, so that's an interesting one. Oh, and this guy is kind of classic, zipping his face open to reveal his skull. It's a fun one. I always like this guy too. I don't know, I like the hippie ones. Although this guy is really a beatnik, not a hippie, but this has got some nice details in it. This is the Rocky Horror guy. That's pretty cool. Mardi Gras. Oh, of course, I always love this guy. Alien Ian and Outer Space Chase. Now, this guy I think is the reason why I have extra this guy because he's a checklist guy. So he's gonna have that same variation where one of them is Woody Allen and the other one is OK. So yeah, and that's just a cool card, and it's like got that whole 50s alien space movie vibe. And I'm gonna run out of time on this video, unfortunately. I really gotta store up some more space on this phone so I can take more videos. I'll try to run through the last group of these really quick. There's another name variation with Puzzled Paul, Incomplete Pete, and Reese Pieces. We've got the fun pumpkin guy and the dummy. You saw a space there, so I am missing at least one here. Okay, I managed to free up a little bit more time on my phone to video a little bit more, so I wanted to go back through some of these. I kind of ran over real fast. This one with the name variation I thought was cool. Reese Pieces that became Puzzled Paul, and you'll see that the way they wrote the name, they changed the color. They used black instead of white there too. Then we're looks like I'm missing one in there. It looks like it's probably, it must be the star back. So I have I have only one Harriet with 1 star, but I still need the 2-star Harriet. Bushy Bernice, I've got both. We've got this poor girl falling on a bomb. I like that one. This ventriloquist guy. I always like the jack-o'-lantern guy. He just looks really cool. I love the colors and he's got the knife and the candle. It's just cool looking. Duncan Pumpkin. We've got this guy bouncing his own head. That's a fun one. Basket Casey and Dribbling Derek. The fellow on the bed of knives. nails not going so well for him. This guy, like this kind of Rambo type guy with all these weapons and looking a little violent. Although Brett Vet, it's got some bad connotations there, of course. That's Garbage Pail Kids for you. That guy's pretty questionable as well. And here's another one with an interesting name variation, and there's other error variations here too. So this is you'll see that 158B is sometimes named Crystal Gale and sometimes named Igloo. And a lot of these seem to be these name variations are around the names of real people that they decided to use, and I assume that they had to change the name because of problems around that. Yeah, and again, these are all going to be different on the different versions of the checklist. And I believe up here we've got one of the weird error variations. If I can remember what it looks like, I think there's like there's little like strange shape in one version of this card that I don't know. I'd have to look it up to remember because they're so similar. It's such a small like error that it's hard to even find it on the card, which is kind of ridiculous. But there's a little error that appears. I can't remember what it is. It's like a little blob somewhere on the card. But anyway, we got this big fat cat guy. Oh, I always loved this one especially. Decapitated Hetty and Formaldehyde. Just cool. The severed head with the like computers in the background, and of course the range of colors are really really cool with the gradient they've got going on. I like this one just for the colors on this one too. Sean and Hi Jean. Just got some nice colors and lighting there. This one is really one of the more truly disgusting ones. I feel this guy eating this plate of wow, eyeballs and teeth and it's just really disgusting. That's a really nasty one. This one's pretty cool. The happy girl being squished into a little cube. Trish Squish and Ruby Cube. And here we go, another one with a name variation. So we have 164A is always Teddy Bear, but 164B is sometimes Salvatore Dali and sometimes Battered Brad. And again, you'll see the different colors that they used to write the name. We've got the name in black on this one and name in white on this one. And we've got this person with a really serious dandruff problem. Flakey Faye. Got a number of different copies of her. Oh, okay. Now this one I kept not because there was a variation, but because someone had written Coco on the back of this, and that was actually the name of my dog growing up. So I actually don't remember if this was actually my card and I wrote that name on the back myself, or if I just happened to get a card where someone had written that and that was also the name of their dog. I don't actually remember, but that's why I wanted to keep it. Just a little bit of sentimentalism there. So here's Gordon and No Way Jose. I always like that one too. The No Way Jose joke always reminded me of that Bugs Bunny cartoon with the bull, actually. And for this one, I actually have a couple of the wrappers. I don't always have those. In fact, I usually do not. I believe these got thrown in a lot I was purchasing on eBay or something. I wouldn't normally seek these out. People do just sell the empty wrappers too. But I usually don't go after those. But since I had them, I had to put them in here. And you'll see that in some cases, even the wrappers have variations. So this one, it even says, somebody's written on the price tag here, gray cloud, and this one says white cloud. You see the clouds, the explosion, they sort of swapped palettes on the cloud and the explosion in the background for those two different versions. So there's other variations like that. It's crazy. But there you go. That's the whole of Series 3 and 4. and I hope you enjoyed it. I did notice that I got my very first thumbs down on my last video, giving you a tour of Series 1 and 2. I'm not sure what that was about, but anyway, I hope you enjoy these. Or maybe it's my blabbing on that generated that thumbs down. But there you go. That's 3 and 4. I'll probably post a video about my covering other series and other parts of my collection later on. So thanks for watching. Bye.